Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. In today's lesson, we're gonna talk about how to improve your samba feel. And for that, we're gonna use the brushes. I believe by listening to a lot of Batucada tracks, percussion ensemble, playing the Samba Beat, you can improve your technique and also increase your vocabulary in the style. In this video, I'm gonna show you a few patterns on the snare drum that I used that are related with the percussion. And it's gonna make sense when you play. So let's get to it. Alright, so let's do something different. Let's watch the video first. Pay attention to my hands. I'm gonna be moving the accentuations around. So as I hear the vocabulary of the percussion, I'm gonna try to apply into my hands. So you're gonna hear different feels. You have the PDF so you can see the pattern that I'm playing. And then I'll explain in detail what I'm doing. Let's go. Hey there, how do you like the video so far? The Brazilian Drum Lab is here to help you to increase your knowledge about Brazilian rhythms. So please, click the link below, sign up today for the community and get your free PDF of this lesson. Make sure to watch this video until the end. Let's continue. Okay, so let's talk about how to improve your samba feel. I believe by listening to the Batucada, the percussion ensemble playing the samba rhythm, you can extract a lot of vocabulary from all the instruments of the percussion section. The best idea is to be able to listen to tracks and try to transcribe each instrument so you can apply into your playing while you're playing the drum set. Okay, on this video that you just watched, that's what I did. You know, I always try to play together with the percussion and applied all the vocabularies of the repinique, the tambourines, the shakers, the pandeiros, I try to apply into the drum set. When you watch the video, I started with a very basic pattern, which is 16 notes. I'm playing the Moeller technique, trying to do a lot of articulation of my wrists, okay? And I'm only gonna use hi-hat on one, bass drum on two. That's the only, thing that you need when you're playing with the percussion track. If you want to improve your feel, I think that would be the best way. Just keep simple. Hi-hat on one, bass drum on two, and we play the 16 notes with the accents on the downbeat of one, A of one, downbeat of two, and the A of two. I would say that when I play the Moeller technique, I put a little bit more effort on the A of one, okay, right before on the downbeat of two. So it sounds like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. Okay, so when I do the Moeller technique, I put the accents on the downbeat of one, A of one, downbeat of two, and A of two. The middle notes, the E and the end, I try to kind of tapping, quieter. So it sounds like this. Stroke, tap, tap, stroke, stroke. So I do the stroke down, and then when I do the tap, I go up, and then accent again. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 a 2. So I try to differentiate the middle notes, the E and the end, in comparison with the downbeat of 1, A of 1, downbeat of 2, and A of 2. So that creates, nuances, on the feel. And when I play, you have to pay attention that I'm not playing straight 16s. I have the Brazilian swing happening. It's kind of a 12/8 or 6/8 feel. Always the African feel is always inside of the beat. Even though you're playing 16 note, you still have to apply the feel, the Brazilian feel. So I'm gonna play again using the hi-hat on the downbeat of 1 and the bass drum on 2. Okay, I'm doing an open stroke on the kick drum. Okay, so 1, 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E. So I would suggest for you when you start playing with the tracks, only do that kind of exercise. Very simple. Keep very simple and just try to get, involved with the groove. Try to listen to the other instruments. Okay, especially if you hear the shaker, and also the pandero, try to get to the groove. Those instruments already gonna make a lot of difference when you play your drum set. And these grooves that I'm playing using the Moeller technique, sometimes I use to play as accompanying for a bass player. If the bass player is soloing and I need to keep very quiet, I still gonna play the samba groove, use the Moeller technique and keep it quiet. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's super useful when you're playing the drum set and try to bring all the vocabulary of the percussion into your playing. Okay, so let's talk about the next pattern that I did on the video also. So when I listen to the recording, I hear the instruments coming in, playing different patterns. In the second pattern that you're gonna watch in the video, I play a couple of accents on the E of 1 and the A of 1. Okay, so when the tambourine comes, I try to play a little bit of the vocabulary of the tambourine. So when I play, it sounds like this. Okay, so if you play the hi-hat, when I did a recording, I just place the hi-hat on 1, bass drum on 2. It already gives you another flavor to the groove. And that's related a little bit with the tambourine pattern. When you play the tambourine, a samba tambourine pattern, you have those E and As. And I talked about that in my previous video of the technique to play the samba on the drum set. Is the tambourine pattern. It's 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. So when I'm doing the groove, I added those two 16 notes on the E of 1 and the A of 1 on the first measure. When we watch the video, I hear some other vocabulary of the snare drums and perhaps the repiniki. And this press roll that I add into the groove is very common to hear in samba schools in Rio de Janeiro. You know, a lot of the samba schools use this press roll on the second bar of the measure on the E of 2. And when you hear and watching the video, I hit the shoulder of the brushes on the edge of the snare so I can have a little press roll. You know, the wires would touch the snare head. So, okay, that's the kind of sound you're gonna hear that. I always try to apply vocabulary of the percussion. And that's a very common snare drum pattern, you know, for the samba schools. There are a lot of samba schools that play that press roll. Okay, and it sounds like this. 1, 2, 1. So if you listen carefully, the wires, they, you know, vibrate and provide that kind of a press roll. And for the sticking, I do 2 rights in a row. So 2 E are 2 rights. So it's a 16 note, 8 note, and then finish with a 16 note with my left hand, right? So I can continue the groove. Again, let's do it again. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so if I play with the sticks, it would sound like this. 1. All of this information comes from the percussion. And when you are playing with the band, all of these informations would make your sound authentic. It will make sense while you're playing the Brazilian music. So if you're gonna explore the music from the Northeast, you gotta listen to the percussion instruments so you can apply it to your playing. So in this case, on this video that I was just jamming, you know, with the tracks, with the percussion tracks, I try to give, you know, the authenticity of the percussion and bring into my playing on the drum set. So it makes sense, the vocabulary that I play. Also, when you're playing with other musicians, all of these little details can feed the other musicians with ideas for them to play. Here, in this case that I was listening to the track, I was feeding, from the percussion. My information was coming from the percussion. But if you're playing with a band, maybe the comping of the guitar player is gonna be very interesting, and you can join the guitar player with some combinations on your hands with accents. Your comping could be matching the guitar player, or it could be matching the piano player, or some ideas of if you have a guitar player playing with the saxophone and they play some rhythm ideas, you can also catch the ideas and join, together with your groove. Okay? So you have to always be paying attention to what is happening around you. In this case that we are working, especially for this track, we are working with ideas from the percussion. I'm trying to pay attention to all the instruments that are playing, because they are having a conversation, and that's my goal when I'm playing with other musicians, is to have that kind of conversation. Okay, so the next one that you're gonna see on the video that I play is kind of leading with the right hand. And in that case, I was listening to the tambourine. There is some lines on the tambourine that are very interested, and I kept some of the ideas. And the syncopations that they play are like this. It comes from the tambourine. If I play the tambourine, would sound almost like this. So I try to bring that idea into my playing. So when I'm doing the groove, I hear that tambourine, doing a conversation with the repiniki, and I catch some of the syncopation. So I try to play ghost notes with my left and lead with my right hand. 1, 2, 1, 2. And that is just one idea from the percussion track. If you buy a album that has a bunch of tracks, with a lot of variations, you can transcribe all of this vocabulary into your drums. You can transcribe, apply to your drums, and it becomes part of your playing. That's what I want you guys to absorb, when you are listening to Brazilian music, is to listen to the other instruments and bring the ideas to your drumming. By listening to the track, I was, okay, there's other instruments coming in. So you see that on the last break of the track, I go to this instrument here. This is a bacurinha. Okay, this is an instrument that they use a lot in Bahia. It has a very nice sound, but I was trying to bring ideas from the tambourine and also from the repiniki. Okay, so, but I use the bacurinha. I love the sound of this instrument. And when you watch the video, I start being more free, improvising a little bit more. And also I change the bass drum pattern and the hi-hat. I bring the regular Samba Beat, right? Which is the ostinato Samba Beat. with the hi-hat on the end of 1 and end of 2. And when I play the bacurinha, this is a small instrument, right, in comparison with the repinique. Repinique is a 12-inch. I think this one is an 8-inch instrument, but has a very, very nice sound. So what I do, I start hearing a conversation between the tambourines and the repiniques of the samba school. So I changed the hi-hat on the end of 1, end of 2, and the ostinato Samba Beat. So I have the tambourine pattern, I have a little bit of the repinique, I have a little bit of the snare drum. I try to always bring the idea of the samba school into my playing, so I can start being more free. And then also you're gonna see I'm going from this pattern and playing the tambourine pattern, which is this rhythm here. Again, it's the same idea of the tambourines. I'm leading with the right hand and playing a ghost note with my left. And you also can play the same rhythm using 2 lefts. Okay, so I'm gonna play a little bit of the sequence that I did on the video, so you can see how I changed the vocabulary. Okay, when I listen to pay attention to what is happening during the groove. So I start with this one when you do the break, and then I change the bass drum, I change the hi-hat, and then I change my hands. So, my suggestion for you is to listen to a lot of Batucada tracks. Try to find original stuff from Brazil. And I'm gonna put some information about where to find some tracks. You know, maybe you can, do some research on your own and find some samba tracks. And also you're gonna have the PDF with some of the variations that I played on this video. But this is just few ideas. Obviously if you listen to a track from one samba school and then you listen a track of another samba school, you're gonna be able to extract different ideas. A person that listens to a lot of Batucada and knows a lot about samba schools, only by listening maybe the snare drums, maybe the tuning of the surdos, the low end part of the samba school, the phrasing of the surdo, the phrasing of the snares, they are able to identify what samba school it is by the vocabulary. So all of these rhythms that we listen to the samba school, I want you to pay attention and try to transcribe. Nowadays you can, even if you find on YouTube videos, of people playing percussion, you can slow down, you can transcribe, pay attention, and try to transfer that to your drum set while you're playing the rhythm. Okay, so please let me know what you think. All right, and let me know if you have trouble figuring out what the ideas of the instrumentation. And definitely try to listen to the Batucada tracks and try to identify
what instruments are playing a certain figure or a certain vocabulary, certain phrase. I'll suggest to watch some videos, and I'll put on the PDF, I'll list the name of the percussion instruments specifically, so you can go to do a research on it and try to listen the sound of the instrument. So when you listen a Batucada track, you can identify. Okay, so have fun on this lesson and let me know what you think, okay? Check it out, the PDF, and hopefully you're gonna be able to improve your playing. I'll see you on next lesson.
Thanks for watching the lesson. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There is a lot of more information that I would love to share with you. If you are serious about leveraging your drumming skills, then make sure to sign up to the community, get your free PDF, and let's book a call. Click the like button and sign up today. And I'm looking forward to hear from you. And don't forget, here at the Brazilian Drum Lab, the beat never stops. I'll see you soon.